Alright, welcome back guys to another deck profile. Today we're going to be doing Blau Premium. This is one of my favorite decks to play casually, and let's get started. So, first off with the starter, Blau Junger. So, the reason why I'm not running a V starter is because of Blau Junger's effect. When rode upon by Blau Panzer, you get to instantly search Blau Gluger. So, this deck is a bit risky in the early game, because if you don't drop Blau Panzer, you're kind of sitting at a very big disadvantage at that point because you don't get that draw on one. Your opponent's most likely going to have a quick shield also if you're going first. But the risk is honestly worth the reward. You can literally mulligan your whole hand back just to search a Blau Panzer. Your deck, you need to start off with the Blau Panzer. But amazing starter overall. If you get that Blau Panzer, your engine runs smoothly, even if you have like 4 other triggers in hand. Onto the grade 1s. We're going to be doing this in reverse order, not starting from grade 3. So, grade 1s, your Blau Panzer. What Blau Panzer does is, when placed on Vanguard Circle, by riding when placed by riding from Blau Gluger, which is a typo if I remember that correctly, because Blau Gluger you can't ride from Blau Gluger because Blau Glugers are great too. It's supposed to be Blau Junger. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Reveal up to 1 card with Blau in its name from among them. Put it into your hand and then shuffle your deck. When placed, discard a card. This is a rearguard circle effect. When placed, discard a trigger card from your hand. Search your deck for up to 1 grade 3 Blau in its name. Add it to your hand and shuffle your deck. So, basically, we want to search for our whole Blau lineup. Stern, Galaxy, Blau Gluger, Blau Panzer. Because that's where your aggro is going to be. And your Blau Gluger is going to be your engine card. Your most important card in the deck, most likely. Then you want to also find your Galaxies and Sterns, of course, because that's your big aggro. So basically, when you ride over that Blau Junger, you get a search Blau Gluger. Search Blau Gluger first, shuffle your deck, then activate this effect so you can filter through even more. So yeah, gets your engine started. Find your Sterns, find your Galaxies, find your Blau Glugers. All right, on to the next grade 1. So this is for your stride turns, basically. So, Beast Deity Frogmaster. So, the reason why we run this card is because it bypasses Limit Break 4 cost. So, when you're 3 or less damage, you still get to activate your Limit Break 4 effects. So, you'll see this when I explain the Stride Zone over here. But, overall, you're going to need 4 copies of this card. It's amazing. Do not run less than 4. Other grade 1, Neptunes. Neptune Blau Glugers are basically stride fodder for your Blaus. When pitching for a Blau stride, get +2 in grade, and when pitched for a Blau stride, you get to call it to a rearguard circle. Yeah, when this card is discarded from the hand for stride, if you have a grade 3 Blau and its card name in your soul, call it to rearguard circle. Amazing. So, gives you that stride fodder, gives you that little boost. Rayma Blau Crit. So, this is basically for when you're like, when you have more damage than your opponent or equal to, countercharge Soul Charge 1. So sometimes you run out of soul because of a certain stride in our stride zone, and you do need a lot of countercharging for this deck because you counterblast like crazy because of 2 cards or 3 cards if you want to count the stride. Then also Generation Break 1, when your attack of the Vanguard hits and has Blau in its card name, shove this into the soul and draw a card. Yeah. Rayma is pretty decent. Great counter charge, great soul charge. But there's better options out there in your deck. So I only run 2. I honestly will probably replace this maybe in the future with a grade 1 Sentinel. It was called Varuna Blau Wand. So yeah, onto our grade 3 searchers. Grade 3 searcher, simple. Look at top 5, discard a card, grab that grade 3 if you found it. Okay, next. This is probably, arguably, the most important card in the deck. So, when placed on Vanguard Circle, counterblast 1, look at the top 7 cards of your deck, and add a card with Blau in its name. That is a great searcher. This is why you want the Blau Panzer ride, so you can immediately go into this, get that counterblast 1 going, and search your top 7. Then, on Rearguard Circle, at the end of the battle this attacked, if you have a Vanguard with Blau in its card name, put this card into your soul and draw a card. So, it fills your soul up. You need this in your soul. This is what it's going to... when we get to the grade 3s, you'll see why. And also that draw one's pretty neat. Onto our other grade 2s. Blau Lands. This is going to be a good piece of aggro you're going to use. So what Blau Lands does is on Rearguard Circle, Counterblast and Soul Blast 1, when your grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Blau in its card name attacks, You can pay the cost. If you do, stand this unit and it gets plus 2,000 power for the turn. This is not a once per turn effect, and this is when your Vanguard attacks, unlike another card, which I'm going to now scrutinize. So I don't run, what was it called again? It was Uranus Blau. So the reason why I think Uranus is terrible is because A, it's on hit, your Vanguard attack hits. Usually they're gonna guard your Vanguard like crazy because you're gonna stack like your trigger effects onto your rear guard, and because of the next card I'm about to show. So yeah, this I like. It's also Uranus is a once per turn effect. You counterblast one, you stand once per turn. This one you can stand multiple times, and you have the counter charge for your deck and also the soul charge to sustain this card. So yeah, Lance, amazing card. Uranus, no, not in my eyes. So the reason why I say you can just aggro out and you're stacking triggers onto your rear guard is because of Cool Hank. So when Cool Hank's placed on Vanguard Circle, Soul Blast 1 to draw a card, but you want his rear guard circle effect. So once per turn, when this unit attacks, discard a card and stand up one of your other rear guards. So think about this. If lands is on an Excel circle, it's +5 already. You swing with it 14. You restand with one of your Vanguard strings, restand with it. It's going to be 16 now. You stack those triggers on your lands. Land swings again. It's going to be like, let's say 26. You hit a critical trigger. Then you swing with Hank. It's a 9k. You might have a booster behind it, but you want to attack with it. Get your attack in. You're going to discard. Restand this. 26. Boom again. But the thing is, this is basically an extender. This is going to be extending your rear guard attacks. Your, whatever rear guard has a trigger on it, you're going to extend it. Yeah. Then we have our galaxies. This is where we're getting to the sweet stuff. This is going to be your main aggro. So what Galaxy does, when during your turn, if a Blau in your soul, is a Blau in your soul, so the grade 2 Blau we saw earlier, this one, all your grade 3 Blaus get plus 10,000 power. That's one whole trigger right there. That is amazing. So when it attacks Vanguard Circle, counterblast 1, call up to 1 Stern Blau from your rear guard, from your soul to your rear guard circle. Also, when wrote upon by a Blau, you get to call this from rear guard circle, from soul to rear guard circle, which is also really good. Now, this is the card that combos with this, Stern. Stern has the same continuous effect during your turn. If you have a Blau and soul, plus 10,000 power. Then the Vanguard Circle. When this card, at the end of the battle, it attacked, discard 2 cards from your hand, choose a Galaxy Blau on the rear guard circle, bind it, then ride it as stand, and that unit gets -1 drive. You're going to be spamming cell circles with this deck, and you're going to be attacking so many times with just these grade 3s. It is nutty. So, yeah. On to our trigger lineup. Do I have to explain anything else? Because I feel like I'm missing something. I don't think I'm missing anything. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, no. Since we multi-attack a lot with our Vanguard, you can understand why I say lands is better than Mars, because it says when your Vanguard attacks, not when it hits. Also, it's not a once per turn. I have to repeat that again. So you're swinging like 3 times, or you potentially on your stride turn, you can swing 3 times with your Vanguard. You swing twice on your regular, just grade 1 turn. But yeah, that's why I like lands over it. All right, trigger lineup. We run 4 heals, the new heal, because you don't want to get aggroed out. You don't want to just die when you're grade 2. So this deck going second, not terrible at all. It's pretty good, honestly, going second. So when they're at grade 3, you're at grade 2, you just need to stop them with that plus 10k or just -2 crit. I'm glad these things were created. Then 4-draw PGs. Probably gonna, maybe in the future, I'm gonna test with the G1 Blau that's a Sentinel. What was it called again? Varuna Blau 1. So yeah, this might be cut down to 2 in the future, and I'll run more criticals. But I like 4-draw PGs right now. Draws are really good with the deck since you're discarding a lot for your restand effects. And yeah, just overall draw triggers are good in this deck. PG can't argue about it. Then we run 4 Keton Pecan. This is your stride fodder. 3 Sar Blau lands. So I'm actually considering replacing 2 or 1 of these, or just completely replacing these with a different Blau, or is it a Meteor Kaiser? No, sorry. I'm considering replacing these. Overall, these are really good because for Counterblast 1, GB1, shove this into your soul, choose 2 cards in your damage, flip them face up. So it's a counter charge 2, but for a counter blast 1. It's not terrible. I do like this sometimes, but that 5k trigger and a 10k shield value really screws you over because your hand size is like medium to small. It's very rarely that you have a large hand size because of your discard costs. But yeah, this might be replaced with Magnagos 2502. So what Magnagos does is GB1 when your Vanguard attacks, put it into Soul, +10 to your Vanguard, draw a card. So yeah, that might get replaced. Lastly, Overtrigger. Always have an Overtrigger in your deck when playing Premium. Alright, onto our Stride Zone. We're going to start off with the G-Guards. We have 3 copies of Doga Titan. Sorry if there's a glare there. There's a lamp right above my head. So Doga Titan. If the number of rear guards is less than your opponent, this gets plus 10,000 shield. Activate when face up in the G zone. Soul Blast 1. Turn this card face down. Choose a card in your damage circle. Choose a card on your circle or in your damage zone and turn it face up. So if you're playing against Lock, this unlocks your card or this counter charges for you, which is pretty good. Also, this has really good defensive stats. Plus 10,000 when you have, less rear guards than your opponent. It's a 25k shield. Can't argue with that. Really good. Then we have Meteor Kaiser Junior. So what Junior does is, when placed on Guardian Circle, if you do not have any face-up cards in your damage zone, counter charge 2. This gets plus 5,000 shield, so it's a 20k shield. Or if you don't have any soul charge 2, plus 5,000 shield. 20k shield gives you your resources back so you can start aggroing next turn. This does come up a few times. Then we have Meteor Kaiser Gundry. Gundry, Generation Break 1. Choose a face-down G-Guard, turn it face up. When it's placed on guard circle, you may pay the cost. Choose one of your vanguards until the end of the turn. At the end of the battle, that unit was attacked. Counter charge 1. So overall, this is not a bad card. I don't go into this very often. The only time you go into this is like you're pushing for GB8, which is extremely rare. Like you trying to flip up cards you're not going to a Stratum battle to talk about. This is the least used G-Guard. I'll probably be using either Junior or mainly Doga Titan. That's why I have 3 copies of Doga Titan. So onto our Strides. Running 3 copies of Blazar. So Blazar Black Luger is your best Stride. So its effect is on Vanguard Circle, Limit Break 4, Counter Blast 1. Choose a card. Choose 2 cards from your hand and discard them. At the end of the battle that this unit attacked, if you have a Heart card with Blau in its card name, you can pay the cost. If you do, put this unit face up back into your G zone. Choose up to 1 Grade 3 card with Blau in its card name from your hand. Ride it as stand. So I'll explain a small combo in a little bit after I finish up this deck profile, or at least the explaining part of this deck profile. So yeah, this is the Stride that you're going to always go into. You're not going to be really flipping over other cards. You're not going to be accessing really anything else in the Stride zone. You can literally 3 Blazar, G-Guards. Don't have to spend money on anything else. Everything else is an accessory because you're going to be going to this. Always. Then we have 2 copies of Meteor Kaiser Victor. Activate once per turn. Choose a face-down card, same name as itself. Turn it face up. Auto, Vanguard Circle. When this unit's attack hits a Vanguard, choose up to 1 of your rear guards, stand it. And and it gets plus 5,000 to end of the turn. Auto, Vanguard Circle. Generation Break 3. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, choose up to 1 of your rear guards, stand it, and it gets plus 5,000. So essentially stands 2 units and gives plus 5,000 to another unit. It is basically you want to start flipping up cards essentially with this. You're really not going to go into these Strides. It's just cool to have. It does come in handy sometimes with those awkward hands. Sonic Black Luger. So this one is basically Blazar except worse in my opinion. So I really don't like Sonic because A, it's a Limit Break 5 effect. Like I mentioned before, we have a grade 1 here, Frogmaster. It bypasses Limit Break 4, the effect, so you can be at 3 damage. Sitting at 5 damage is really dangerous. You only use this when A, you're at 5, B, you don't have another grade 3 Blau in your hand. You have to search it from deck. So what it does is basically Counterblast 1 when this unit attacks. If you have a Heart card with Blau in its name, search your deck for up to 1 grade 3 card with Blau in its name, and then add it to your hand shelf for your deck. At the end of the battle, get this effect. Auto, Limit Break 5. Choose 3 cards from your hand, discard it. At the end of the battle, you may pay this cost. If you do, put this card face up back into your G zone and ride a grade 3 card from your hand as stand. Choose up the one grade. Oh yeah, it's any grade 3, but still, you're gonna most likely ride into another Blau. This is, as I read this effect, if you guys rewind back to Blazar, it's literally just a worse version of effect. It's just when you can't find a grade 3 Blau in your hand, and also you're at limit break 5. Only 1 copy. I see people running 2. I don't know why they're running 2. It's kind of stupid. Run 3 copies of Blazar instead. Favorite champ, Victor. This is a not bad of a stride. Generation Break 2, Counterblast 2. Choose a card from your hand, discard it. At the end of the battle, attacked. Pay the cost. If you do, choose up the same number of rear guards as the face-up cards in your G-Zone. Stand them. If you stood 3 or more cards, choose 3 cards from your hand and may discard them. If you discarded 3 cards, countercharge 1, stand this unit, -2 drive. Not a bad card at all. But you'll most likely not go into it. Then Winning Champ Victor. Winning Champ Victor is basically, this is one of your first strides that if you can't get into, for some reason you can't get into Blazar because A, you're not LB4, B, you don't have a Blau in hand, the grade 3 Blau in hand. So what this thing does is Vanguard Circle, when your Vanguard stands, when your Rear Guard stands, Soul Blast 1, choose a card face down from your G-Zone, turn it face up, and that unit gets plus 5,000 power until the end of the turn. So this is not a once per turn effect. So you could keep standing your rear guard if you can with like Cool Hank, Blau and stands on Vanguard attack. Soul Blast 1 and turn a card face on G-Zone. So you're basically turboing out for GB8. Also, Generation Break 3 skill. At the end of the battle attack, draw a card. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards with the lowest power, retire it. So yeah, I like this card a lot. Also nice art. Then we have Uncanny Dragon King, Azhdabalk. I can't pronounce. I'll spell it out. Azhdabalk. I remember when watching deck profiles of other Blau players, they just put this out and they're like, "Oh, what the hell is that name?" Yeah, but when it attacks, Counterblast 1, turn a card from G-Zone face up, stand all of your front row rear guards. This gets plus 5,000 until the end of turn. End of that battle for each of that card that stood. So not a terrible card at all. Then we have this. G-Zone. This card cannot be turned up by facing. Yeah, it's the same effect as that, I think. Oh, no. Actually, no. This is different. This is one of the Progenitor Dragon. Sorry. Progenitor Dragon of Horizon Limit or Origorum. When it attacks, Counterblast 1, increase or decrease all of your opponent's units to 0 until the end of the turn. So, yeah. Pretty good. Can't argue with that. And finally, our Gba Stride. This is basically Emergency. I've somehow messed up playing this game. So, if you don't go into Blazar first stride, you're going to most likely go into that Victor, and you're going to start spamming flipping up your, cards. GB8. So, Counterblast 1, Generation Break 8. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, stand all of your rear guards until the end of the battle. They get once per turn. When this unit rests, stand this unit. And this unit gets plus 5,000 until the end of the battle for each of your rear guards. So, yeah, this thing's amazing. One of the best GBAs out there, next to Dai King, and I think it's I forgot what's the Grand Blues GB8 name, but yeah, this is one of the best GB8s you can get out there. So I'll now explain a combo because I remember talking to other people about this. They thought it was really confusing. But let's grab a few cards. You're going to need a Stern. You're going to need a Galaxy. Hank is an extender. This is your extra aggro if you want to, but that's optional, so we can do that. Hank's an extender. You don't have to have it in hand for this combo, but I'll just show you like full power. You need to have Black Luger and Soul. And I think that's it. I'll show you the stride part, the going second part, your stride turn combo part of it. And I think that's about good. This is for stride. So when you're going into your first grade 3 turn, so like you're going first, you want Black Luger and Soul. You're going to ride Stern. You're going to generate an Excel 2. You're going to draw a card from your deck. So ignore this card. It's going to become pitch material. You're going to call Galaxy and you're going to call Hank. Hank's the extender. You can completely ignore this step. You're going to swing with Galaxy first. Since you have Black Luger and Soul, you get plus 10,000 power to every grade 3 Blau. So this is swing for 27,000. Then you swing 22,000 with Vanguard. Do your 2 drives first, second. you're going to pitch 2 cards to ride that Rested Galaxy as stand with -1 drive. You get another Excel. You draw a card. Cool. Then you swing with Galaxy. Oh yeah, also you need 1 Counterblast for this, so I'm going to have a Counterblast. You're going to Counterblast 1 now. Call that Stern out to an Excel circle. This has 1 drive now, so drive check. Let's pretend there's a critical trigger on that. Ooh, cool. 37k, 2 crits. Then you swing this. This might most likely will blank off. You're going to pitch a card. Restand this. 37, 2 crit again. Or just 27s. But overall, that is the combo for Blau. Then I will now demonstrate what it looks like when going second with your Stride turn. So yeah, pretty cool. So you're going to need 2 damage for this, for your Stride turn at least. All right, you're going to keep these 5 cards. This is optional because this is just Stride fodder. You just need anything Stride fodder that can pitch away. But the optional parts of this combo is Hank and Uranus. Uranus can be substituted for anything pitchable. Where did I put my Stern? Oops, I may have done it oopsies. Oh, Stern's still in the Excel circle. So now on to the other Stride combo. What you're going to go into, the Stride you're going to go into is Blazar. Yeah, this is our hand. And this is going to be our Stride. So, Blau Kluger, you're going to ride Galaxy first. When you ride Galaxy, Excel 2. Draw a card, of course. So now what you want to do is immediately Stride. You pitching Uranus. Not Uranus. Neptune. God, why do I keep on calling Uranus? Maybe it's the hate I have for Uranus. Funny. Then you ride into Blazar. What you're going to do now is going to call out Hank, and you're going to call out Beast Deity Frogmaster. And since Neptune was pitched, you get a call out. That's the optional part about this combo. Now you're going to swing with Blau Kluger. 3 drives. First, second, third. Then what you do, since you have Stern in hand, you're going to Counterblast 1. Frogmaster ignores the Limit Break 4 cost. So now what you're going to do is send this back to the G zone, face up. You're going to end up discarding 2 cards. So discard any 2 cards from your hand, as long as it's not Stern. You're going to ride Stern from your soul. Ew, there is not enough space here. When you ride Stern from soul, you get an Excel 2. Draw a card. They do not have enough space. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to put it up here. Since you generate another Excel 2, yep. So when Galaxy is ridden over, call to an open rearguard circle. So now you're going to swing with Galaxy, 27,000 Galaxy. Now you swing with Stern, 22,000 Stern, 2 drive. First, second. Now you're going to pitch 2 cards. You ride Galaxy at stand with -1 drive. You get another Excel 2, so draw another card. So you see what I'm doing here. Then you swing with Galaxy boosted, Counterblast 1, call Stern from soul. Now you do your 1 drive check. Check. Then you swing with Stern, 27. Swing with this, 16. You're going to pitch a card. Restand that Stern. You swing 27 again. So what you did there was basically go even on your hand, if I remember correctly. Even or neg 1. And you get basically Stride attack in, rearguard attack from Galaxy, Vanguard attack from Stern, Vanguard attack from Galaxy, rearguard attack from Stern, then attack from Cool Hank, then attack from Stern again. 7 attacks. A lot of them are going to most likely hit. And you generated 3 Excel 2s. This deck is really fun. I love this deck. Also, so thank you guys for watching the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys later.